What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if it's your first time, if you have not done so already on YouTube, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop. I had to put that extra safety measure on there. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm gonna give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with Mark. What up? What's up? You know what? I think I'm gonna get on into it, fam. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna get into it. So earlier today, new audio come out of Young Thug calling Glorilla ugly, saying he would never pursue her. Talked about her wig, her makeup, said she got a big mouth and all that kind of stuff. He'd never pursue her. She ugly. Well, Young Thug has had a change of heart. Young Thug went to his Instagram to say that he was sorry for calling her ugly, and he apologized, and he said, I never meant to bash women. I don't want to do that. And sorry twin, called a twin. Called a twin. Well, Glorilla responded. And she said on her Instagram, this the same dude that was in my DM asking me what color my eyes. So there's a lesson here, fam. There's a lesson. That's a lesson. You know, I like to try to find the silver lining in all of this ridiculousness, right? Remember when you were to the youngsters, to the boys, the young men, remember when you were in school and sometimes you hit the little girl that you like her, you don't really know how to express yourself, so you would hit her? It's the craziest thing ever, right? But sometimes, you get into a fight with a little girl you like, right? They got dudes like that today who don't really know how to express themselves when it comes to women that they like. And so what they'll do is, if they get rejected, their defense mechanism is to respond aggressively. And some dudes respond so aggressively that they don't just say things like calling them ugly or the B word or whatever. They will actually swing on a woman. They will actually get violent with a woman. There's something twisted about those type of dudes, especially when you just tried to holler at a woman, but now she don't want to holler at you, so now she the B word, she the H word. But you was just trying to holler at her, which you really tipping your hand and you letting her know what type of dude you really are and what type of dude you really would be if she had given you a chance, right? So it seemed like, if we are to believe what Glorilla is saying, it seemed like Thug may have, had a little thing for Glorilla, and she didn't give him no action. So that's why, he, was saying these things, saying all this negative stuff about her. The thing is, when you put that type of energy out there, it normally comes back. It comes back to slap you in the face. And this energy came back in record time. I don't know Young Thug to be some type of apologist or whatever, but I didn't I didn't see this coming. Not this soon. But they was on Young Thug's head today in the comment section. They been on his head all day about calling Glorilla ugly. They been on his head. So I'm sure that the pressure got to him. And he was like, man, let me try to nip this thing in the bud before it's already out of control. Let me just try to tame this thing a little bit. I think that's what happened. Yeah, right, exactly. CP3, damage control. Damage control. Because they was on his head. On his head for these comments more than they've been on his head for any other comments. He said a lot of things about a lot of people who got millions of fans. But this one right here, I think this one hit harder because it is a woman, a black woman. And it was like they was coming from all angles. They've been on his head. I suspect that there's going to be some more apologies coming because, as you know, or as you may suspect, there are going to be some more audio releases coming soon. There's going to be some more Young Thug audio single releases coming very soon, starting tomorrow. We might hear something later tonight. I'm glad I don't know Thug personally. And I'm glad I didn't get on his bad side. Damn. But he basically like, he got an entire album, a discography full of insults for these people that he's done business with and the people that he know in the industry. Lighten them up. What's up? Who is that? Curry? Grower Tech G, what up? This is why I think, fam, it's a good idea to not say things you're not willing to repeat in a court of law. I don't even think people, and don't say things behind somebody's back that you wouldn't say to their face. That's a lot of that's going on. Don't hop on the internet and say something about somebody that you wouldn't say to their face. Don't try to jump bad and act like you're a tough dude because we know you're not. We know you ain't that dude. Everybody know you ain't got no record of hemming up no real dudes. So you ain't that dude, you ain't got no record of it, you ain't gonna get no record of it. Throwing these rocks and hiding your hands, sooner or later, the rock gonna come back right back and hit you square in the head, hit you square in the forehead. I don't think don't say nothing on the internet you wouldn't say to a person's face. The tough guys on the internet, they love to talk. Well, I said I would do it. You see, you just ain't had the, when you had the opportunity, you didn't do it. So as far as we know, you wouldn't do it. Don't say nothing to somebody about somebody on the internet you wouldn't say to their face. 99.9% of these dudes out here running their mouth, yapping, wouldn't say jack to a lot of people who they talk down on. They wouldn't say jack to their face like they do on the internet. And the only people they fooling is the people who follow them blindly, who don't require proof for how you get down. Don't require proof for your record. Don't require proof of looking at your file. Because they wouldn't know what to look for anyway because they fake. That's a good point. How you on the internet talking to your girl about who you want to pursue, what type of woman you want to pursue? Maybe his woman accused him of liking her or something, so he had to shoot it down. Maybe something like that, where he had to shoot it down because his woman accused him of liking her. Or maybe the word got out that she bragged to somebody about him liking her or something like that. And that was a defense mechanism for him to use, perhaps. LaDon Calhoun said that's how he would lose to people not standing on business. LaDon, I hate to tell you, but it is the dawn of a new era. And the people ain't got integrity like that. The fans don't care like that. The fans want what they want. As long as if he put out a hit record right now, they're going to line up around the corner to see him perform. They do not care about all that stuff. Standing on business? Man, the fans don't even stand on business. The fans don't stand on business. That's why they don't require no artist to stand on business. All they require from an artist is for an artist to be hot. That's it. If you hot, they going to see you. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what you say about somebody. I don't care what you do. If you hot, they gonna line up to go see you and buy your records or buy a ticket, buy t-shirts or whatever. Everybody want to be on a winning team. And they don't care how the winning team wins. They don't care if the winning team cheats. They don't care if the winning team don't have integrity. They don't care if the winning team don't have honor. They don't care if the winning team is full of pedophiles or dudes who have committed SA. They don't care. As long as you're on the winning team, they want to be a part of that team. They don't care. They say one thing and they do something totally different. Keep in mind, fam, keep in mind, Young Thug, before he blew up, he did a video wearing a dress, waving guns. And he got even hotter after he did that. Man, these people ain't got no integrity like you talking about. They don't care about no standing on business. They're not built like that. They don't even stand on business. They don't care nothing about nothing. They don't even care what the music sound like as long as you're popular. If you're popular, the music can be trash. As long as you're popular, they're gonna pay to go see you. They're gonna buy those t-shirts. They're gonna pay to come see you. They're gonna pay to take those pictures. They're gonna rock with you as long as you appear to be winning. They're gonna rock with you. Yeah. These people don't care nothing about standing on business. They just be in the comment section just saying anything, right? they don't care. They just say stuff in the comment section. They just be talking crazy in the comment section and acting like they solid and they real and they riding with the real one and all that stuff. Man, they riding with whoever look like they winning. What's up, Brenda? Yeah, these people don't care like that, man. They don't care. Young Thug is the same dude who was asked in an interview years ago what he thought about black men in the justice system, how the justice system deal with black men. And Young Thug said, man, we don't care about none of that there. You know, let the people in the streets, you know, the activists, you know, the politicians deal with that shit, man. We get money. We out here getting money. We don't care about nothing. We don't care about none of that there. Y'all remember that? And then Young Thug found himself being a victim of that very same system that he gave a pass to. That very same system that he chose to look the other way towards. Or look the other way from. Yeah. These same people who talking right now are the ones who blew Young Thug up. After he made that statement at that award show, I think it was prior to the award show when they were out on the red carpet and they were interviewing people. And he said, you know, I'm paraphrasing, he said something to the effect of, we don't care about none of that. We don't care about none of that justice stuff. You know, we don't care nothing about no black man and the justice system stuff, man. We out here getting money and having fun. And they went out and bought the records. They bought the records anyway. They went to the concerts anyway. They cheered him on as he was fighting his RICO case. These people ain't got the integrity that you're talking about. They ain't got no type of integrity like that. No, they don't stand on business like that. They don't have no honor. A lot of the real dudes in the game end up with the short stick. A lot of real dudes, solid dudes, really solid cats and women in the game, in life, end up on the short end of the stick because they're authentic. And they're not going to play, they're not going to let nobody play with them like that. And they really haven't figured out how to navigate through these shark-infested waters. See, if you solid, you're a real one, you can get your money. You can make it in this game, in any game. But you gotta figure out how to play chess, not checkers. A lot of people that's solid, that's real, they so solid that they just straightforward. And they don't know how to finesse anything. Because when you start thinking finesse sounds like a dirty word. But finesse can be a positive word if you learn how to use it for positive things and you learn how to do it correctly. If you learn how to use it correctly, it can be a positive thing. If you know how to walk into a business meeting with a bunch of gangsters and killers and corrupt and people, and I'm talking about bankers. I'm talking about bankers and politicians. Once you learn how to navigate through the shark-infested waters, you know how to deal with them, you can come out of that room with a deal. But if you go in there, as soon as you hear something crazy or whatever, and you just, man, I'm getting out of here, man, I don't want to be around here. See, then you're gonna miss your blessing. You know, so it takes some patience, and it takes some maturity to be able to navigate through these shark-infested waters, and so that you can get the most out of your skills, so you can get the most out of your talents. That's right, CP3. Finesse the finesses. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Finesse the finesses. They think they got you the whole time. It's almost like a salesman coming to your door, and they try to sell you something you don't need. And they're trying to finesse you. Maybe it's something that you want. So you finesse them. You make them think they finessing, but before it's all said and done, you done finesse them. Either you finesse them right on up out of the door where they didn't get anything, or they didn't get what they thought they was gonna get out of the deal. You know, kind of like when I was telling y'all when I bought my daughter a car, and I went in that finance officer's, I went into the finance office, and the finance manager was sick. He was sitting in there with my daughter at first, and he thought everything was sweet. Then I walked in, and nope, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that, nope, 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 don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I shut all that down. Let me explain something to y'all, fam. When buying a new car, I know this is off topic, but I gotta tell y'all this, because somebody might be in the market for a new car for a new driver. When buying a new car for a new driver, you do not need any of those add-ons when you're buying the car. You don't need none of those add-ons, none of that window protection, tire protection stuff, dents, and man, you don't need none of that stuff. I mean, none of it. The only thing that you need, that you might need, is gap insurance. That's it. And you don't need to buy gap insurance from the dealership, because they're gonna charge you thousands when you can pay literally $20-something a month with AAA. So you can pay a few hundred or a few thousand. If you use the dealership, you're gonna pay a few thousand. If you go to AAA, you're gonna pay a few hundred. But you gotta do it within the first month of buying the car. You gotta do it within the first month of buying the car. Remember that. See, you come over here, fam, you're gonna get some game, man. I'm telling you. You're gonna get some game. You're gonna get some information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. Anytime you come to this channel, you are going to get some game. You're just not joining, fam. Glorilla has spoken. You know, Young Thug, earlier today, a tape was released, an audio prison tape was released of Young Thug telling Mariah, the scientist, that he would never pursue Glorilla because she's ugly. She got a big mouth, like literally a big mouth, raggedy wig, and so on and so on and so on. Then he came back and apologized, saying that he don't never mean to bash women. He called Glorilla his twin, and so on and so on. Well, Glorilla responded, and she said, meanwhile, this is the same dude that was in my DM asking me what color are my eyes. Y'all still use that line? Like, what color are your eyes? I mean, I get it if she wasn't like a black woman that didn't have green eyes or something, but you know, but I'm pretty sure her eyes are brown or hazel, and that's it. I'm pretty sure. I can look at her skin tone and I can see where she comes from. I can tell you what color her eyes is without even looking at her. I can't even imagine using that. What color are your eyes? That sound kind of corny to me. What color are your eyes? Also, I wouldn't say that anyway, because let's say she do have some eyes that are different, right? Let's say her eyes are different and it's hard to tell which color her eyes are. That means if it's hard for you to tell, that means it's hard for other people to tell, other guys to tell. Which means that she's probably been hearing that all of her life. What color are your eyes? What color are your eyes? What color are your eyes? So why would she want to hear it one more time from me? So that wouldn't even be something I would tell her. I wouldn't even tell a woman something like that I just met. Now, once we start dating, I start digging her, I'm liking her and stuff, I may go ahead on, like, once the pretentious stuff is out of the way, you know, once the representative stuff is out of the way, then, you know, okay, we kind of know each other, like we know each other now, and we trust each other to an extent. Then I might ask her what color eyes, but I'm not gonna say that to try to get in. Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, baby, what's your sign? Yeah, he may as well ask her what her sign was. What's your sign, Scorpio? What's your sign? You know, what's your sign? Oh, I'm a Libra. Oh, what's your sign? Family, where I'm parked at, I'm in front of this store, right? And there's a school down the street. So kids are getting out of school and they're passing by this store and they're passing in front of me. I think it's it looks like a high school. These kids look like they're about the age of high school. They look big enough to be in high school. And these girls walking through here with full makeup on. I'm talking about the entire, you can't see their skin. Some of these girls coming through here with a whole mask on. That's wild. OG, man, say, I know you used to say that back in the gap. Nah, man, I didn't. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. See, y'all, you don't understand, OG, man. I'm the cleanup man, bro, for real. I'm the gangster of love. Ain't no way I can be me and do what all the regular dudes do. Ain't no way I could have been as successful if I would have been doing what everybody else do. You gotta think outside of the box. You know, you got to get outside of the box. You can't do what everybody else do if you want to be unique. So my thing, man, was like, I'll show a woman something different. Especially when you pursuing attractive women, when you really are pursuing like really attractive women, man, they done seen it all, heard it all. So being genuine, which a lot of dudes be all nervous, and I walk up to a chick like she a mechanic. I don't give a damn about, okay, you pretty, cool, yeah, but what kind of person are you? So I see the beauty, but I'm also going in so I can see what type of person she is, because I'm gonna be more impressed with her personality than her beauty. If she's a good person, if I think she's a cool person, I'm gonna be more attractive to her personality. Yeah, so initially, the looks might get me, but after the looks, I go beyond the looks to the personality. See? And that's why a lot of dudes then got set up, you know, got caught up with all kinds of stuff because a lot of y'all just be looking at strictly looks and that's it. Y'all don't even care if the chick don't like you. I mean, I'm talking about she can act like she don't like you. I know some chicks can be conniving. They can fool you. I know you can be fooled sometimes. But fool me. Some of these chicks that straight up tell you, nigga, pay my bill, shut up, and don't call you, only call you when she wants something and all that kind of stuff. That chick don't like you. You only get a call when she wants something. She don't like you. It's like a family member only calling you when they want something. Yeah, so the looks is cool. Yeah, absolutely. You want attraction. Yeah, that's cool, the looks. But then after that, it's the personality. And if the personality don't align with the looks, then now, in my opinion, she don't even look that good no more. I'm going to take some points off her looks because of her personality. I never, not once. In fact, I don't think I've ever asked a woman, even in my life, even once I got to know her well, I don't think I've ever asked a woman in my life what her sign was, what her zodiac sign was. Never. The pickup lines, all that corny stuff, If I use a pickup line, I'm using it as a joke. And it's understood. She know it's a joke. I'm saying it in a way to make her laugh. Like if I use a pickup line, it's gonna be an obvious pickup line, something that she know is a pickup line, and we both gonna have a good laugh. Say, baby, are your feet tired? No, why you ask? Because you've been running through my mind all day. Ha ha ha. Well, you're so funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, fam, I don't do all of that stuff, man. You might as well say you love me or you love me not. Head buster, what's up? What's up, Derek? He said the phone got too hot. He said it was too hot. I'm like to hold it. Hold it now. Corey Haslet. All right, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.